Hi everyone, I'm Ariel with Arielpaints. I received a lot of requests to show you guys my updated unicorn, so today I'm going to do that. Now, one of the things I've noticed over the last year while doing full face unicorns at festivals is that the biggest inconsistency and pain for me is the unicorn horn. Those of you who saw my last unicorn video with the full face design know that I am very particular about the unicorn horn, and I like it to look like a horn and nothing else. So I've been doing a lot of experimenting with different one strokes and different applications of the horn, and it finally hit me to use a sponge, and not just any sponge because I wasn't getting the right shape with just a regular sponge. I cut a sponge into a unicorn horn shape, and now I can stamp on the unicorn horn and get a consistent horn every single time. So basically what I did is take a half round sponge and I cut off a moon shape on the side to create an elongated teardrop, and it's the perfect shape for a horn. Okay, so let me show you guys this in action. I've taken my neon tag rainbow cake, which is one of my favorites, and I've loaded up my sponge and I'm just pressing it into my skin as I would normally do when I'm doing sponge work. I still do like to have my unicorn horns at a bit of an angle, but you can do them straight up and down as well. And I also love a rainbow unicorn. I love a rainbow unicorn horn. It adds to the whole magical, whimsical feel for me. So I'm really liking the idea of sponging on the horns. I'm getting a really nice, consistent color without that much effort. And when I was using a one stroke to do my unicorn horns, similarly to this, I found sometimes they were too long or the shape wasn't quite right, and I was annoyed with myself when kids were walking away from my chair. So I think this could really solve some of those issues for me. And because I'll probably get the question, I do want to point out that I personally am not taking neon paint out of my kit. I know it's a big debate on forums right now, and I'm happy to answer any questions about neon paint, but keep in mind, guys, I'm not a manufacturer, so I can only give you so much information. I will tell you that I am comfortable using neons, and they are not leaving my kit anytime soon. So while the horn was still wet, I loaded it up with some Mama Clown glitter, and now I am taking this awesome Grimace MS-14 brush and my Tag Unicorn Split, and I'm going to load that up with the turquoise, white, and pink from this cake. I'm going to start the ear about the middle of my eyebrow so that I have room for the hair of the unicorn later on. Now this Grimace MS-14 brush is amazing. I got it from Donna at the Yorkshire Face Paint, and it's just a little bit smaller than a 3/4. So for things like ears like this, I feel like you can control it a little bit better. It's amazing for roses. I know she ships worldwide. I asked her if she did because I knew I was going to end up using this in a video. And I am really, really liking this brush. I have never seen it before. And it's amazing. So I highly, highly recommend you check it out if you're in the market for a nice one stroke brush. So you can see I've kept the ears pretty simple. And one of the other things I noticed about my unicorns that I hadn't been liking was sometimes I had this gap under the eyebrow where it seemed like I missed something. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that Tag rainbow cake and I'm going to dab it under my eyebrows as if I'm giving myself some kind of really high eyeshadow. You can, of course, go all the way over a kid's eyes with this as well. It's up to you. So now I'm taking Nat's Blue Wren and a 3/4 inch brush for the unicorn hair. And I love this cake because of that super dark edge. When I am at a festival or a birthday party and I want to eliminate some unnecessary outlining, when I use this for the hair, it has a natural outlined look and I do not have to go back over it. So I do like to keep the shape in almost a heart going around the horn. That's what I think of when I'm doing my unicorn hair. And that kind of almost like hugs the horn in this nice shape of the hair. And then I like to sweep it down over the nose one way or the other just to create a nice flow as if the unicorn hair is kind of blowing in the wind. But I do love this one stroke for unicorn hair. It's probably the number one stroke that I grab for this purpose. It always looks so good. So I start in the center with the unicorn hair and then I go out to the edge, and at the outer ear, I pull a ribbon down for the unicorn hair going down the side of the face. And you can do a few different strokes of it depending on how thick or big you want your unicorn hair to be. You can actually take it all the way down the neck if you want to as well, which I wasn't going to do that on myself because I really didn't want to wash it off later. But you can make the hair as big or as simple as you want. Again, I love this one stroke because you can see here all I'm doing is dragging the toe of the brush to create just a few more layers of the hair, and I'm not having to go grab a separate round brush. It's just very, very quick and easy on the job. For the outlining I am going to do on this design, I am using a superstar color called Petrol Shimmer, which is my favorite turquoise right now. I absolutely love it. And I'm just going to use that to create the segments of the unicorn horn so it's a little bit more defined. And then I am going to outline the ears and give myself some quick lashes with this as well. You can absolutely use a dark purple to do your outlining on a unicorn like this, or black as well. But I like to use colors when I'm able to because I think it just adds to the diversity of it, and sometimes black can be a little harsh. So this turquoise, I think, is a really nice addition. So I'm going to go ahead and outline my ears that are done with the Tag Unicorn split. And I do want to point out that I love Tag face paint. I think it's a bit of an underrated face paint. Sometimes people don't talk about it so much, but my favorite one strokes are Tag one strokes. So if you guys want to know all the Tag in my kit that I love, let me know. I'm thinking about doing a separate video just to show you my Tag staples. Some of the first face paint I ever got, and probably some of the most reordered split cakes in my kit, are Tag one strokes. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a few white highlights, and then I'm going to add a starburst at the very, very top of the unicorn horn, which I used to do all the time and kind of stopped doing it. Sometimes I still do it. I really want to say the reason I do it is because there was a really old Lisa Joy Young video where she said it was the magic of the unicorn was the starburst at the top, and it stuck with me, and it was just something I did on the job so much. So I went ahead and added it here because it does add a little bit of like magical, whimsical fancy to the unicorn horn. I'm also going to add just a few more white highlights on the horn and then on the hair as well. But as you guys know, I say in every video, if you do not have time for highlights, skip it, skip it, skip it. Highlights are not important when you're at a festival or high volume event. So a step that I never skip with unicorns is adding chunky glitter. It is not a unicorn without chunky glitter in my mind. So this is festival glitter. It is called Unicorn Pop, which is very fitting, and it's a beautiful pre-mixed chunky glitter gel. And I usually put this on the highlight points of the cheek and in the gaps on my forehead where my paint isn't. Since it is a very wet formula, you do not want to put this over the paint. It will reactivate and smear it. So just fill in all those gaps with chunky glitter, and it's so pretty. And if you want to add even more glitz and another dimension to your unicorn, you can add something like this global gel to your unicorn horn. And this is the gold gel. And I'm not going to perfectly outline this. I'm just going to do a few lines on the inside of my unicorn horn just to add some additional dimension and some more glitz and glam to my unicorn. And to finish it all off, I'm using my Melted Matte Too Faced Unicorn and Magic Metal Lipstick. I hope you guys like this updated unicorn video, and I will continue to experiment with different ways to make unicorns faster for me on the job. And if I come up with other ways, I will always share those with you. It is one of my goals to make designs that are so applicable for real life face painting. And when I come up with those for myself, I will in turn share them with you guys so that you can use them on the job. So as always, thank you so much for following, subscribing, and liking my videos. Please comment down below with any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.